Hi, and welcome to Ion Radio. I'm Ken.
I'm John.
And we're bringing you another Star Wars Armada battle report. Kind of a special one today. We are bringing back the big ship, the Super Star Destroyer.
Yeah, I think I've only played with it on the channel that you guys have seen, so I really just wanted to throw a fleet together with it and try it again.
It's going to be interesting to see how that is. I've got a bunch of small rebel ships with the Dodonna fleet. I call it my crit fleet. We'll see how well that actually works. I think we might as well just jump right into the fleets and get into the report.
Yeah, so before we do that,
Yeah.
Two small notes. Because it's been announced, we're playing with the new ACE rules.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So, for those of you that saw our Gen Con live streams where we discussed a few things, we're going to keep those new rules. I think they showed the XI7 card and a couple other things that we're not using. But it was Steel Strategy, I think.
Yes.
One of the podcasts, they were talking about a new rule with aces. And you have a limitation of one... How did they word that, John? It was one ace per 100 points?
With defense tokens.
With defense tokens. So from here on out, we're going to just add that into all of our games. I just think that's... Since we know that rule is going to change, we're going to do that.
Might as well start getting used to it now.
Right. And we will be playing with the updated XI7 rules. I don't think that's going to matter.
I don't think we have them in our fleets, but we're using it, so that's what's important. So we're going to get to the fleets and check out objectives and then get right to setup. Okay, my fleet comes in at 389. It is, the centerpiece, is the Star Dreadnought Assault Prototype, which is the more expensive of the two ships that you can fit into standard games. My commander is Moff Jerjerrod because I would like to turn it one day. On it, I have 3 officers. I have Intel Officer, Agent Kallus, and Damage Control Officer. It has Gunnery Team, so I can shoot at multiple ships. And then I have Point Defense and laser or quad laser turrets as an ability to fight off some squadrons. My Ion cards are heavy Ion Emplacements with leading shots. And then for my Turbolaser slots, I have linked Turbolaser towers in quad battery turrets with the title Ravager. I have 2 Gozantis. The first one has Officer Darth Vader and CommsNet, and the second one has Repair Crews and everyone's favorite pirate, Hondo Ohnaka. So we're going to use the Super Star Destroyer to try to punch a hole through Ken's fleet.
All right, for the Rebels coming in at 397 points, I have Dodonna's fleet. His first big ship, it's an assault frigate Mark II-A with Kursta Gate, local fire control, expanded hangar bay, and reinforced blast doors. I have the Paragon title on this ship. Moving along to the flagship, we have an MC-30C torpedo frigate with Dodonna, ordnance experts, assault proton torpedoes, and the Admonition title. Every ship will have a title -1, and we'll get to that in a second. I have a CR-90 Corvette. It's the B model. Dodonna's Pride is the title, with Auxiliary Shields Team and Lando Calrissian. I have 2 GR-75 medium transports. The first one is Bright Hope with CommsNet and Torrin Far. And the second one is Titleless with just Repair Crews. I do have 6 squadrons. The 3 unique squadrons, I have Nora Wexley in Y-Wings, Jan Ors in her Hawk, Rogue Squadron, and rounding it out with 3 X-Wings.
Ken has 397 points to my 387, so I win the bid, and I've chosen to go first, and I have to choose from his 3 objectives. He has Precision Strike, Hyperspace Assault, and Dangerous Territory. I've decided to go with Dangerous Territory. I think that is my best option. Okay, here's my deployment. Super Starry Story went down first, then the Hondo repair crew, and then Darth Vader. They're all going speed 1. I need to set up kind of near the center of the board so I can decide which direction I want to go, and then these guys are just support, so they're going to follow along. That's my deployment.
All right, so here's how I've got Dodonna's fleet laid out. Everyone is at speed 2 with 2 exceptions. Speed 1 over here with Bright Hope, and speed 3 with Admonition. My hope is to be able to take a couple of these objective points, get a couple free points, and then move everything in to try and take down that Star Destroyer. Fighter squadrons are over here, close enough to Torn Far, I believe, and well, just going to see how this plays out. Alright, after fleets were deployed, the assault frigate has local fire control. The evade token goes away. We swap that out with the salvo token. John, your activation.
I'm going to spend my pass token and make it Ken's turn.
Well, we didn't see that, did we?
No.
So, let's jump right ahead with the Admonition. I've got to navigate. I'm going to take that as a token. I have no shots, and let's just go ahead and make our movement here, which has me landing on the debris field. So as I am second player, I take no damage, and I believe I collect the objective token. Is that correct?
Yes, you do. We're going to go with Hondo's Gozanti. It's got to navigate. We're going to keep it as a token, and then we're going to do this maneuver.
Tucked right in there under the SSD.
Yep.
We're going to activate the Nameless Transport. Navigate. We're going to take that as a token. And because it's a GR75, that doesn't do very much. All it is going to do is move forward. We're going to do a little twist over here. And away we go. Back to you, John.
We're going to go with Darth Vader's Gozanti. It's revealing a navigate. We're going to take it as a token, and then we're going to pass it to the SSD. And then we're going to move ahead 1. Just like that.
We're going to activate Bright Hope. As I throw the dials. Engineering. I'm going to take it as a token and then comms net it over to the CR90. And then we're just going to move forward speed 1. A little tight in here, but that's okay. There we go.
Okay, we're going to go with the Super Star Destroyer. I got a Concentrate Fire. I get the token. Nothing is in range. Ken didn't give me any nice free shots. I'm going to use my nav token to jump up to speed 2. I'm going to use Jerry to reduce my rear shield to 1, and then do this turn 2 with a turn at the first joint, landing me sadly on the debris field, but at the same time getting me 15 points. This is a very close thing, and then I have to take 2 shield damage. I'm going to take 2 shield damage to the rear right there.
Look how close that is. That's pretty decent flying there, John.
I am not used to using the Super Star Destroyer, and I'm glad that didn't ram, because that would have been a sad, sad day.
So I have 2 ships left to activate. We're going to start with Dodonna's Pride, and I have an engineering command. I'm going to use it, and with Auxiliary Shields team, add 1 shield on my right side. I have no shots because we are just out of range. So we're going to plant this right in front of the SSD, because what I need to do here is get a lucky shot here and hopefully survive that first salvo from the Super Star Destroyer. Now we're going to activate the Assault Frigate. Navigate. We're going to use it as the dial. Again, no shots. So I'm going to increase to speed 3. I believe this will put me at do overlap the debris field, but it does not matter because I'm second player. And let's just hope that that puts me where I want to be.
Sounds good.
Squadron phase. I'm dealing with squadrons, so we're just going to run through them all real quick. So we're going to start with Nora because I want her kind of in range here. She's going to move up. I've got no shots to take at this time, but that's okay. I'm now going to move Rogue Squadron. This is my one squadron I get to shoot with. And we're going to rotate it like that. I'm in range, so we do get one bombing run on the SSD. So let's see what happens. Roll the one red die on the table. It is a hit.
Okay. And that is against my front?
That is against your front.
We're going to redirect it to this side. And then I'm going to counter you. I get my counter blue dice, plus because of Kallus, I get to add any dice, so I'm going to add a black dice.
Alright.
For 2 hits.
2 hits, and because Jan Ors is way too far away, I think... Yes, I don't get to do anything with that. So that's 2 hits on Rogue Squadron. Now we can pull Jan Ors into play, which... just out of range. So, now let's get these X-Wings. We're going to move them all right up where they need to be. Alright, and that ends the squadron turn.
That ends round 1. We both have 1 victory point. Should be an explosive next turn. Okay, you bring a Star Destroyer so you can shoot, so we're going to start shooting. We're activating it. Before we do that, we're going to spend Hondo out, and I'm going to get a... Oh, I'm throwing everything around. I'm going to get a Navigate for the Super Star Destroyer, and then the Darth Vader CommsNet guy is going to get an Engineering, giving 2 tokens to you, Ken.
So I'm going to get the squadron token, which I'll put onto Bright Hope, and I'm going to take the Concentrate Fire and put it on the Corvette, which forces me to remove the Engineering token.
Okay. I reveal a Concentrate Fire. I already have the token, so now I have the token and the dial, and then we get to start shooting. So we have you close range into your front of the CR90. It is obstructed. We're going the same speed, so I don't get that bonus dice. So let's figure out what we want to do. Let's look at what we have. I start with 4 blues and 5 reds. And then we're going to drop a red. And take a roll into you. So your evades don't work, so all I need is 1 accuracy to turn off your...
Redirect.
So there's your accuracy, and I clearly have enough damage to kill you as of right now, because I need, 2 to punch through the shields?
3. Oh, which are you hitting the front?
I wouldn't shoot your stronger shield.
Yeah. So it'd be 2 plus 4, and I also have Lando.
Correct. So you're going to have to use a die.
So yeah,
And
clearly I'm going to
where do I
use
have my dice?
use Lando, but you get to adjust your dice first.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm doing.
All right, so let's go ahead and we'll start with Lando. So let's see, I can force you to re-roll 1 or more dice of my choice. Clearly the double it has to be re-rolled, and I think we need to...
That's still killing you.
Yeah, we have to... Let's do all the crits on the red dice, actually, and hope for blanks. Because those blues... Well, you can't spend the accuracies anymore if you re-roll those on blues, can you?
No. So I've already spent to block out your 1 that's useful, because we're at close range and redirects don't matter.
Re-roll blues too. Re-roll everything. Why
Just
not?
re-roll all these dice?
Re-roll everything, and let's see if that comes out any better.
I need 6 damage and you possibly to pull a structural. That's dead.
Yeah, that's dead. So, didn't really have much of an impact one way or the other, but I needed to get rid of a couple things. Alright, so, yeah, we have one dead CR90, but I kind of figured that was going to happen.
Okay, so now we have to decide what I'm going to shoot next. And I think I'm going to flak all of your fighters. I'm at blue range, so I get a red and a blue against each one. So let's go first against
Rogue Squadron?
Rogue Squadron. I'm going to add a black with Kallus.
Okay.
You know, hold on. We're actually going to go first against Jan, and we're going to add a black against Jan.
Alright.
So we're going to roll this in, and 2 hits against Jan.
2 hits, so we'll brace and take 1.
Okay. Then we're going to go against, you can pick any of the X-Wings, and it's only going to be a red and a blue.
Okay.
For 1 damage.
Well, I'll take 1 damage.
And then the next X-Wing down the line.
Alright.
I get to reroll crits. 1 damage.
Okay.
And then next X-Wing down the line. For nothing.
Well, I'm okay with that.
Then we're going to go against Nora. And we're going to add in a black dice. For Nora can't use one of her tokens and takes 2 damage.
So she'll use her other token to only take 1.
And then we're going to go against Rogue Squadron. And we're going to roll a black dice against Rogue Squadron as well. For 3 damage.
So Jan Ors will use her brace to keep Rogue Squadron alive.
Sounds good. Now for my last attack, we're going to take a front shot into your side, obstructed, of your ship. You are going faster than me, so I'm actually going to gain a blue.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to roll it as if it's the full normal attack. So 5 and 4. 5 reds and 4 blues against the front, or against the side of your ship. And that seems pretty good.
There's a couple...
So what we're going to do right now is we're going to intel your brace.
The brace?
Intelling your brace.
Alright.
Tapping that. And now we're going to use Concentrate Fire and Ravager. You can either reroll 1 attack dice or add an attack dice into your attack pool. If you add a die, it must be already in your attack pool. So we're going to spend the Concentrate Fire and that to add 2 more dice in, and both of those dice are going to be
Reds.
reds. Let me slide all this over, because there's a lot of dice going on right now. For that.
A couple more hits.
And I could actually just block out everything.
You could.
So what we're going to do is we're going to spend this to block your redirect.
Okay.
Then we're going to spend this to the red one to block your
Salvo.
Then we're going to spend this red one to block out your
Brace.
because, it doesn't really matter. And then we're going to spend out this dice because it's useless to reroll this one just as pure damage. And you don't have ECM, do you?
I do not have ECM.
So, crit. So, how many shields do you have?
On the front,
On the side.
have... that's right, you're shooting side. 3.
3. So, 3 shields.
Yep.
Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage with a critical.
Alright, so this goes down to 0. And then we take 5. The first one is... Okay, it's not structural. Thruster Fisher. When you change your speed by 1 or more, suffer 1 damage. And 2, 3, 4, 5. So oddly enough, it's still alive.
With 1 health?
With 1 health.
Oh man, I almost got it.
So the question is, can you ram it?
I don't think so. And I don't even think I'm going to attempt it, because there's other things I need to be doing. We're going to be spending this token.
Nav token?
The nav token, and we're going to drop to speed 1.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to, on the rear, we're going to use Jerjerrod, so I can do a double click. We're going to double click it, like this, which should land me on the station.
Looks like it's going to.
And then you're going to ram me and die. So I gain another victory token, and I can repair damage that I don't have. And that's the Super Star Destroyer.
So after that incredible burst of destruction, let's see what we can do to salvage a few things. Let's activate the nameless transport. Engineering, we're going to use the dial. And what I'm going to do is use the repair cruise to take off the thruster fisher from the assault frigate. So now it is
choice.
4 health instead of 2 health instead of 1. Then I'm going to use the navigate token to drop down to speed 1 on the transport. And do this little move over here. Now I'm glad I brought the repair cruise with me.
That saved your ship.
It really did.
We're going to go with the Hondo repair crew. I'm revealing in engineering. I don't want to use it because there's nothing to repair. I'm going to spend my token to jump up to speed 2 so I can keep up with my Super Star Destroyer and jump to there.
Activate Bright Hope. Navigate. We're going to use it as a dial. And let's go ahead and spend out the squadron token. And I'm going to activate... Yeah, I can activate all of them. I'm going to activate Nora. We're going to move her right up over in here to start a bombing run on the Super Star Destroyer. So Nora will roll a black die. And we've got a hit and a crit, which is kind of cool.
Okay, I will contain it.
Mm-hmm.
And then... I don't think I'm going to get that many more hits. So we will just... brace it, and we're also going to move it.
Alright, so I'm going to use the special crit.
You can't, because I used damage control
that's right.
officer.
Damage, yeah, right, DCO.
Okay.
Keep forgetting that.
Then I counter you for 2. For 2 damage.
2 damage, and I'm outside of Jan Ors, so Nora is going to use her other brace and take 1. So no damage at all to the Super Star Destroyer, but I got you to spend a couple tokens. That's something.
Yes, it is.
We're going to increase Bright Hope to speed 2. And do this.
I think I'm gonna be able to
You
move the
will
squadron.
be overlapping that squadron. Feel free to move him wherever you would like.
Back there.
Alright. Back to you, John.
Okay. We're going to go with the Vader's Gozanti. It's revealing a navigate. We're going to use it as the dial. And then we're going to pass this engineering token over to the Super Star Destroyer, and then do an inside turn with a double click at the first to try to stay along with it. I think that means the rest is up to you, Ken.
So back to me with my activations. Let's start with the assault frigate before it's completely totally dead. We have a concentrate fire dial. We're going to use it. So I have a front-to-front shot. It's not double arced. I really don't have any other opportunities to do anything. Let's see what I can do. I'm hoping for a couple crits here. So 2 reds and a blue. It's a couple crits and a red. Accuracy of all things. Let's go ahead and spend this, and I'm going to bring in another blue. All crits. So you can't use your good redirect, I guess, and you've got 3 crits.
Okay, so I'm going to brace it to 2 and take 2 damage to the front.
Alright, I have no other shots with them, and we've already kind of measured this out. I've got nothing else to do, so it's going to be a ram. I'm going to take 1 damage.
And I do as well.
Alright, so now we move on to Admonition. Admonition has a navigate dial. We're going to use it. And we're just out of blue range. So, with the only thing able to do is move, let's spend out that dial. We're going to add 1 click at speed 3 on the first joint, which will put me right here. So definitely ready for his next round, assuming I can survive. Squadrons, we're going to move everything up and see what we can do. So let's get this guy up over here, actually on the debris field, because that's half the fun. I'm going to bring Jan up. It's about there. Everyone else is going to be able to get close, but let's go ahead and move Rogue Squadron. Try and make a shot. This is going to be my only real opportunity to do anything. So we have an accuracy, which does absolutely nothing, and then you get to counter.
I counter you, and I add Kallus in, so here we go.
There's one hit.
One hit.
I can't do anything about it. That is one dead Rogue Squadron. And the other X-Wings are just going to move forward, because they really can't do much anything else. Alright, and then that's the end of turn 2.
End of round 2, I have 2 victory tokens, you have 1 victory token.
So at the beginning of the ship phase, I'm going to do something fun. The assault frigate is going to burn through its reinforced blast doors, and I get to discard 3 face-down damage cards. So it is still kicking fairly well.
Nice. Okay, well, I'm going to go again. Surprise. And we're going to reveal a Concentrate Fire, taking it as the token and stuff because I like Ravager stuff. And now I have a hard choice. I have to figure out what I want to shoot. We talked about it, and I pretty much have to have the absolute perfect gold standard roll against that ship. And I pretty much need a good roll against that because you have 6 health, 4 shields. I need 8 damage to go through and block out your brace.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know if you have it spread out between 2 hull zones. No, one hull zone.
Yep.
So do I really want to flak, or I try to kill transport? So I think we're going to start by trying to kill the transport first, just for fun.
That's the repair crew transport, the nameless transport.
Well, it should be getting a name because it saved you.
Yeah, really. It's a veteran token is for this guy.
So we're going to go in with 4 blues and 5 reds. It is not Bright Hope.
It is not Bright Hope.
So I need 4 damage and
some accuracies.
yes, or 5 damage and an accuracy. I have an accuracy, I have 2 accuracies, and I have enough damage to kill it 5 damage.
That does kill this out. Well, I did burn through one of your shots.
So my next shot is going to be, I think, against the MC-30 into your side. So front shot into your side. We're going to go with 1, 2, 3, 4 blues, plus an additional one because you're going faster than me.
Okay.
Which we didn't take into consideration, so this might change the odds of me killing you.
That's true.
So we'll see what happens.
We're going to find out.
That is 2 accuracies.
3.
3 accuracies. Well, you can't use your other stuff. So what do we say? You have 3 shields.
You've got 3 shields and 4 health. So at an absolute minimum, you need 7 hits. And that's before I do Admonition.
Okay, so we're going to Ravager in on this and add 2 dice, and both of those dice are going to be blue dice for double accuracy. So we're going to spend out one of those accuracies to re-roll both of these.
Okay.
For a hit in that, and then I'm going to LTT this. For that.
Alright, so I have evades, which are useless, but I've got some redirects.
You
and I'm
have
assuming
no
you're
redirects 'cause
blocking
I'm
the
blocking
redirects. So what I can do with Admonition is I can cancel some of your dice. So we'll start by canceling the 2 blue crits, which will eliminate my 2 redirects.
Okay.
So I have to discard those. And how much damage does that leave me with?
That will kill you
That will kill me. So I actually need to do that again with one of my redirects. In Admonition.
Cancel out the
cancel out the other crit.
crit.
Yeah, which leaves me with just 6 regular damage then?
Correct.
Yeah, I want to hold on to that other redirects. This is into my side, correct?
Correct.
So 1, 2, 3, and then 3 regular hits.
Leaving you at 1
2,
damage.
3.
That stinks. Okay.
I don't have the repair crews anymore to sit there and help it out.
Yeah, I know, but still. Okay. So I've used up most of my tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. I haven't discarded anything, and I haven't used any one-time ability yet. So I have all my tricks, and we're going to go against your other ship.
The assault frigate?
And how fast is your assault frigate going?
It's moving at 3.
So
you get an extra die.
I get an extra die. So we're talking 5 and 5. So here we go. Into your front, because that's the only place that I can shoot. You have 4 shields, and I need 4 damage to actually go through.
Right.
So...
What is it with the red accuracies, John?
No, we've been hitting it. So that, and I am going to be 1 damage away. So what we're going to do is we're going to block out all 3 of your stuff.
Okay.
I'm going to use a crit effect on the blue, which is going to be heavy ion emplacement, removing a shield from your front and your side.
Okay, so that goes 1, 2.
Then I do 3 damage into your shields.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
And then 4 damage to your hull, killing you.
Which will wind up killing me. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a dead assault frigate.
Okay, so now the question is, can I ram you?
That was going to be my question as well, John.
And I think the answer to that is going to be yes. We're going to use Moff Jerjerrod to add a click and hope this lands on top of you. It will land on top of you.
It will. All right, so that will kill it.
And then I fall back and heal it right off my ship.
All right, and that will ultimately table me.
Yep. So that is that for the Superstar Destroyer. And we're back. That was a fast game.
That was a real quick game. I think we kind of expected it to be.
Yes.
Superstar Destroyer is mean, especially with the Ravager title that gave you the extra dice.
I was getting really, really good dice rolls.
Mm-hmm. You were. It just pulverized ships in one shot. But that's what it's designed to do.
Yes, it is.
I was surprised with my fleet that the assault frigate forced you to actually burn through probably 2 more shots than you really wanted to. And some of the little gags that I had with my fleet, the reinforced shield doors, the repair crews on the one transport, really worked out remarkably well and kept me around a little bit longer. This list is clearly not optimized to take on a Superstar Destroyer.
No. So, 2 things. I forgot my heavy ion emplacements.
You did,
so
which
that
would have
should have
killed it.
it. But it's neither here nor that. I remembered it when it was important, though.
Yes.
Again. Yeah, this thing just throws so many dice. And I was getting really, really lucky in my rolls.
Yeah,
like,
they're incredible.
Just perfect rolls to kill everything. I didn't have to rely on getting the single structural damage to kill you.
No, in fact, actually, there was no structural damage this game. Unusual for us.
Yes, it is.
Usually they come out 3 or 4 times. I never got to use Dodana at all.
But you're facing an Imperial Points
Superstar
Fortress.
Yeah.
And I have Damage Control Officer, so
Yeah.
I'm going to shut it off whenever I'm about to take a critical.
Mm-hmm.
So, so a lot of people in that slot for Damage Control Officer, you compare it to Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
I personally prefer Damage Control Officer because I can possibly use it more.
It definitely helped you out here. It saved you at least the 1 shield.
Yes.
So, and if I could do something else, yeah.
And like if your MC30 actually got a shot on me, then I would be beneficial because you would more than likely have a double arc on me, and more than likely you might have double crits,
Mm-hmm.
and Brunson only cancels out 1 dice. So with all the shields and tokens and everything I have, having 2 contains, it makes more sense, I personally believe, to have Damage Control Officer, but every situation's different.
I agree. I really needed to deploy my fighters a little differently. I think if I could have had them off of the assault frigate, I could have done a couple squadron commands, maybe done a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I did, there would have been maybe 4 or 5 more points worth of damage done. You'd see probably your down shield in the front. I think that's about all I would have probably done. Maybe 1 or 2 more hull hits. Again, this list is not optimized for this. I'd love to try this list that I put together again against something else.
Yeah, we'll probably see that in the future.
You might.
So, comments about it. I like your fleet. Your objectives, this is a weak objective.
I would agree.
So the reason why I chose this objective versus other objectives, people ask me this all the time. So Precision Strike is always a mistake against Dodana bomber fleets because you're going to get farmed bad.
Yes.
And you start with tokens. I don't like giving you tokens, and I don't like getting farmed for points. Then your other one was Hyperspace Assault.
Correct.
And as powerful as this ship is, it's only powerful if you're in front of it. If I allow you to get any of your ships behind me, I'm not going to be able to kill them, especially in Admo, MC-30, or I don't know, what would you have even put
I
in?
probably would have dropped the Admo behind you, or somewhere close to that, along with 3 X-Wings. And that would have just been... I probably would have brought Nora and 2 X-Wings. And then that way I've got all that extra firepower to just pummel 1 shield, and especially if I could double arc you with the Admo. That sucker's a tank. I'm really pleased with how well it was able to absorb a lot of damage. It almost survived.
Can I tell you something you're going to be mad about?
Fire away.
So how many tokens do you have left?
I still have 1 left. I could have burnt that. Yes, I know. But, I was sitting there thinking if we could just squeeze it out a little bit more, that's the possibility for me to suck up another 3 points of damage later.
That's true. It also depends on how you were. If I didn't kill you with ramming, how you would have moved. So, with my ship where it is, more than likely you're going to ram me again. Or you would try to run past me, and at that point I could maybe lucky shot in a Gozanti blue dice, because that's why I actually sped them up the turn before, was to get them closer into range, so if you tried to jump onto the side of my ship, I could then at least throw blue dice slowly at you to wear you down.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was just a tough choice. So, what are you going to do? I had really good rolls.
Yeah, I really couldn't complain. Your rolls were...
Red dice didn't hate me. I think
No.
I never had a... Did I have a blank red die?
No. In all cases, you instead of rolling blanks on your reds, you were rolling accuracies. And
Yes.
that actually really hurt me because I couldn't do anything.
Yes, I think I blacked out all of your defense tokens every single time I attacked
The
anything.
fact that you only had to use LTTs once.
And I almost
Tells
forgot
the
it was a
story.
card.
Yeah, honestly, it was, for you, the red dice were, well, all right, let's be fair. We are using my red dice today because you don't know where yours are.
Yeah, I lost it somewhere.
But they're probably, as soon as we hit stop, he'll find his dice.
Absolutely.
But, so my dice apparently favor John. So I have a great idea, John. How about, once you find your dice, we trade. You can have my red dice, I'll take your red dice.
Yeah.
Well, that's really all I've got. Like I said, I really want to see this fleet again, against something maybe not a Super Star Destroyer. But as we've said before, we usually pick 2 fleets and show up to the table with them, so we generally speaking do not know what the other person's bringing. I love the way you have this painted too. I just want to point that out.
Thank you.
Because you've done the extra work and you got the orange on the back. We'll throw a couple pictures on Instagram so you can see those.
Yeah. What frustrates me about this is, hopefully it doesn't bother you guys too much on camera, this shakes constantly because these supports are so flimsy. So whenever we're filming, I'm like, stop moving. It's things that irritate me.
Let us know in the comments below. Speaking of comments, please throw down a couple comments. Let us know what you thought of the video. If there's something else you'd like us to put out or that you would like to see, let us know. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, even if you like the wobbly Star Destroyer.
No. Okay, well, you've been watching Ion Radio.
So I'm Ken.
And I'm John. Thank you for watching.
Stay safe.